Hi, my name is Paul Jhin. I'm an assistant district attorney here in Santa Clara County. We are a prosecution office. We're one of the largest prosecution offices in California. We have around 200 attorneys. And as an assistant district attorney, I am one of 6 members of the executive management team, which is the kind of leadership in the office. It's very different than when I was a trial attorney. When I was coming up, I've been a prosecutor since 2004-ish, and so I've done trials for most of my career. I spent 7 years on the gang team doing gang trials, including homicide cases. And after that, I've moved into management where I was a supervising DA of the juvenile justice team and then a supervising DA of the North County team. And now I'm an assistant district attorney, which means that I'm in charge of the felony team, the juvenile justice team, and the community prosecution team. So those are the 3 teams I kind of run. And every day is something new and different. So I do a lot of big projects. I'm trying to start a witness coordination system in our office. And then I do small things where I will discuss cases with my supervisors as well as their attorneys and try to come up with the most just resolution for those cases. So I've tried all kinds of cases. I've done 65 jury trials in my career, and I did mostly gang cases. That was the most prevalent type of case that I handled in trial. But I've tried all kinds. I've tried sexual assault, domestic violence, just general DUI type cases as well. Now I don't handle cases directly. I supervise teams that handle cases. So as I mentioned, the felony team will handle most felonies that aren't sexual assault or domestic violence or homicide. And I also deal with juvenile justice, which is all the people who are under the age of 18 who commit crimes. And that ranges from everything from DUIs to murder. And community prosecution team, which is the team that deals with the community. They deal with truancy, they deal with other issues in the community where they try and do preventative measures to prevent crimes from occurring in the first place. So I think my career path was dealt with a lot with my grandparents. And so, as I mentioned to you, one of my grandfather is Korean on my dad's side, and on my mom's side is Chinese from Hong Kong. And my grandfather from Hong Kong, my Gong, he taught me early on to the golden rule. He kept pushing that, and it was something of do unto others as you would have others do unto you. And so it was very important to me from a young age to go into a profession where I felt like I could do something and help other people. And so really when I went to UC Berkeley for undergrad, I wanted to be a doctor. And I was thinking of pediatrician. Unfortunately, I was not very good at math or chemistry. And so I quickly pivoted to another love of mine, which was I was involved in a lot of political things. I was an intern for Senator Dianne Feinstein. I was an intern for the Berkeley Mayor Shirley Dean at that time. And so I kind of fell in love with the political things. And then I wanted to go to law school. So I ultimately decided to go to law school. I wanted to do trial attorney work in the criminal side. And so I interned with both the public defender's office and the district attorney's office. And I decided I preferred the district attorney's office side, and I've been here ever since. I find the job very rewarding. I think prosecution work is amazing. It is something where you can always do the right thing. A lot of people think prosecutors are just trying to convict people or put them in jail or whatever it is, and that's not our role at all. Our role is to see that justice is done in the community. So if we get a case is brought to us by the police department, we will either issue it or we won't issue it. There are many cases we do not issue if we do not feel we have proof beyond a reasonable doubt. And so we are able to be that safeguard, and we get to do the just and right thing every single time. So it's a very rewarding job. The most rewarding singular case I had was a gang murder case where 2 gang members in the same gang were fighting one another. They were drunk at a party, they got into a fight, and one shot and killed the other. So it was a very difficult case because all of the witnesses were gang members. Nobody wanted to testify. Everybody was scared. But the family of the victim, of course, they had lost a son, they had lost a brother, and they were very, very interested in getting justice for their son and brother. And so I was able to get him convicted of murder, and he went to prison for life. And it was a very rewarding thing to me because I felt like the right thing was done. It's a case that some people may not feel is worthwhile. They may think two gang members, why does it matter? But ultimately, we have to protect the public as best we can, and I think that helped in that way. I love my job. I've been doing it for a long time. I am still always happy to come to work, which I know from talking to a lot of my friends isn't always the case. A lot of people are aiming to retire and get out as quickly as possible. But I really feel like it is a job where we do important things that affect a lot of people. And it gives me a good feeling inside where I feel like when we have accomplished justice for various families and for victims, it just really feels like it's a good feeling. And so I think that's the thing I like most about my job. So all three of those are very, very important. So particularly, I mean, it's different for different lawyers, but for trial attorneys, all three of those things are critically important. I think being able to speak articulately to a judge, to a jury, and being able to be succinct and make sure your answers are easily understood for a jury is very important. Writing is, of course, you have to write all kinds of motions, you have to write emails, you have to write memos. And so to be able to have a good writing background is very important as well. And then finally, as you mentioned, analyzing evidence, you have to be able to issue spot and read a police report and determine what the problems are with it, what things you need to shore up, what things you will need to prove this at trial. So all three of those are very important for my job. So I went to Berkeley and I got a BA in political science. I got a Juris Doctorate from the University of San Diego. And those two things, I mean, you need a JD to become a lawyer, to take the bar exam, and then you have to pass the bar, of course. And so those would be the things that you need to do. Now, as far as what do I take from political science at Berkeley and actually law school, there's just a lot of training as far as how to analyze a case, how to write is very important, how to read cases and understand the case law and the statutes. So I think those are the things that I would learn mostly from law school and from undergrad. Yeah, so I think even going beyond, starting beyond high school, as a kid, my parents got me into acting a little bit. And so acting is very important, I think, is good for public speaking. And so I would advise, getting on stage, having people get on stage, it's very nerve-wracking for me still even, right? But it's something that you learn. And so I think an acting class would be great when you're young to really work on public speaking and allaying the fears of talking in public. And then after that, if you're interested in law school in high school, I think doing things like student government, which I was a part of throughout my whole life. I did student government. I sought out internships at various, politicians' offices and things like that. I think that is very helpful. It's useful because you get to deal with constituents, and that's something that helps you, in the future. And as you mentioned earlier, I think when we were talking, English is very important, being able to write and, read and understand. So I would think those are the most important classes in high school. So, I got here, so I don't think I would do a lot differently. I think I was a little bit focused, in high school on becoming a pediatrician or a doctor. And so I don't think that really hurt or slowed down my progress. But I think I would, because I did a lot of the things like I just mentioned in student council, and I was very good in English back then. And so those were the things that, I think I would have pushed a little bit harder. Maybe I would have done a little bit more of internships, when I was younger, and maybe in a DA's office or things like that. But I don't think there's a lot I would have changed about how I would have done things. Yeah, so habits that I'm trying to impress on my son as well, who is a 16-year-old junior. And I think a lot of it is you have to, for law school, it is a lot of reading, it is a lot of writing. And so I would really, I think as time goes on, people just read less as far as books and whatnot, and they're on their phones and their devices. So I think reading books and really being able to sit there and do that is very important. I think, again, public speaking and practicing that is something that is very important, and anything that you can do to really go out and just talk to people and communicate with them as well as possible. Communication in my job is one of the most crucial components. So I think those would be some of the things I can think of. So along with everyone else, right, AI is a big part of, even for a lawyer, AI is going to change things a lot. Right now, AI some people are using it to, put police reports in, and they'll use it to even come up with like direct examination questions. Some other lawyers, not in our office, but other fields are using it to write motions. Which is a little bit problematic because AI still has errors within it, and so there was one case recently where a lot of the motion was actually fictitious. The cases that AI came up with were not real cases, and so it's not perfected enough yet to do those kinds of things. But I do see in the future for sure that AI will be will critically change the field. Now, the one thing that I would say for our job is, we are still going in, and we still have to go in and argue in front of a judge, in front of a jury. And I don't think AI will be able to change that much. But the other things like motions and preparing cases, I think AI will change quite a bit. I think it is really tough on you guys now because you're expected to go into college with a major, right? Oftentimes when I was growing up, it would be you could just go in undeclared and you can kind of figure it out there. So they move the timeline up now, it seems like. And so I would really encourage young people to go and talk with whoever they can in various professions, even in professions they may think that they don't want to go into, because you may not really know what that job entails. And so like things like what you're doing right now, and just I would go talk to everybody I could possibly get a hold of to try and pick their brains and see maybe this is a field that you would be interested in going into. And so I think the exploration factor, now is the time to do it, and don't lock into a specific profession early on. Just kind of explore, see what you like, see what fits best for you, and then go for that in college and in grad school.